Small towns like this don't normally have this kind of thing.
They took a ton of illegal drugs off the street.
Hopefully we can clean this up and get moving forward, because enough's enough. It's too close to children.
I'm reluctant to go out at night because it's getting into a potential incident.
I was wondering if you had any comments about the drug bust that happened here last night.
No comments at all.
From a harm reduction standpoint, that is harm reduction. But at the same time, it very well could kill people.
We're here now. Is there anyone that we could speak to?
Get the fentanyl off the street.
I believe getting the illegal drugs off the street is imperative.
Something has to be done soon.
For Rebel News, I'm Tamara Ugolini here in Cobourg, Ontario, which is about an hour east of Toronto along the 401 corridor. And I'm here at the controversial shelter operation at 310 Division Street, where there was just a joint police operation executed in the night last night between Port Hope Police and Cobourg Police. They cited a unit at 310 Division Street and another residence on Margaret Street here in Cobourg, where they seized 472 grams of fentanyl, 30 grams of cocaine, 46 grams of crystal meth, morphine, oxycodone, psilocybin, cash, cell phones, packaging, and other drug production related materials with a street value of roughly $320,000. Now, this validates community concerns in this area that have been proliferating for years when it comes to community safety, the use of illicit drugs, open-air drug use, the crime, the violence, and the chaos that has ensued on these streets since this shelter redesignated and reopened as low barrier. Now, for this behavior, the charity called Transition House that delivers these shelter operations has been awarded additional funding and a larger facility just a year ago to expand its operations. So we're here on the ground to get some feedback from the community, figure out what is going on here, how much was seized from 310 versus that other residence on Margaret Street, and how the community feels as they grapple with this ongoing and seemingly escalating crisis. Let's check it out. We're getting some comments here from people about the bust that happened last night. Do you have anything to say?
No, we're good. Nope.
No? Do you know anything about what happened last night?
No.
Or how much of it came from 310?
No. Nope.
It's going to be a dry month. I really, from a harm reduction standpoint, that is harm reduction. But at the same time, it very well could kill people.
Getting the drugs off the street.
Yeah. People go through withdrawals. They don't have those spots available to bring people into rehab. We don't have detox beds here. Do
you have any comments on how this building or the operation's being run?
Yeah, it's poorly ran, and they've misappropriated a lot of funds.
Closest detox beds are like Kingston, and Toronto, which really puts a damper on things. Especially, the 73 or so that I did a pick count a couple weeks ago that are still living on the street. Not all of them do drugs, but a good primary of them, do it to survive.
It's not clear what's happening behind here. Perhaps someone's being evicted from the residence?
The county is releasing the sea container that was at the encampment. All those belongings that were there, I guess people that were in the hotel program, they just kind of dropped it all off and said, we don't have the sea can no more. When people went from the encampment to the hotel program, they weren't allowed to bring items from the encampment. And they very well weren't even allowing them to pack their tents away. So literally, while they all stayed up there, their tents, their homes down there got raided, ransacked. The
director of homelessness at Northumberland County got like a 20% raise last year. What do you think that's for?
The beautiful car, the upgrade they got. I don't know. I really don't know. They incorporated HIFAS programming into it, but I don't see an outreach team happening at night in the evening or really.
I'm out 11 o'clock till 5 in the morning doing outreach, making sure people are warm, have hand warmers, socks, sleeping bags.
Wow. So basically, unless you're in crisis Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, there's nothing.
That's funded by the county. To my knowledge, really,
no,
nothing really. Even the Tweakies, our mobile teams are going out 2-3 times a week still.
Hey there. I'm just wondering if anyone at Transition House had some comments for the media about the bust that happened here last night.
I am not advised to speak on anything. By shelter manager.
Sorry, you have a shelter manager?
That would be me.
Oh, hi. I was wondering if you had any comments about the drug bust that happened here last night.
No comments at all.
No. How much of it happened at this unit?
Give you any information whatsoever at this time.
Any sort of accountability mechanisms in place?
Available at this time.
No, where,
Any
when?
inquiries, you need to reach out to our executive director.
And I know that Ike Nwibe resigned or left. Who's the new executive director?
Christian Harvey.
Okay. And how is it best to go about that?
Email.
In an email?
Yep.
And will Transition House be releasing a statement, or can the community or the public expect anything? Sorry?
I cannot comment on anything at this moment.
All right. When did everything kind of happen last
Sorry,
night?
that's all we can tell you for now.
Okay. Thank you. Take care. Being very gentle, the utmost gentle with Transition House. Do you have anything to say about the recent drug bust in one of the units there?
It was a matter of time.
Yeah.
It's time for it to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's getting that bad. Small towns like this don't normally have this kind of thing, but and that's why we moved here from the big city of Toronto.
Oh, did you?
But now you're getting this happening here.
Fentanyl gets off the street, it's killing people, man.
Yeah.
And it seems like nobody cares. They want to bust the small guy, get the fentanyl off the street.
Well, I think that's what happens when partnerships succeed. You have the Port Hope Police and the Cobourg Police working together, and they took a ton of illegal drugs off the street last night, and I couldn't be prouder of them.
I lost about 10 friends in the last year over it, and I never touched it in my life.
Are you surprised?
Not at all. The word's been out there. People have been talking about it. We're just waiting for action to happen. So hopefully we can clean this up and get moving forward, because enough's enough. It's too close to children.
No. Sorry, no.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I see stuff outside my window. I look out my window. I'm a night owl, so I see stuff. I look out my window. I want to see it, but I see stuff that should be addressed. But
Yeah.
hopefully it's being addressed. I get faith in the police. You have to have faith, You got to keep the faith,
Hey, officer, how are you? No comment on the bust. Does anybody? Can you direct me to anybody? Just idling in contravention of Cobourg's idling bylaw. Imagine that. Oh, hey there. I was wondering if anyone from the Cobourg Police Service would be willing to give a quick media interview about what happened, that big drug bust last night.
Okay, what I could do, I could go ask a sergeant.
Oh, hello there. Hi. We're waiting to see if any officer would be able to give a few comments for media about the joint operation that happened last night at 310 and Margaret Street.
Okay.
Is that you?
No,
Oh,
it is
okay.
not. There is a media release available online.
Yeah.
And if you would like to speak with our media communications officer, she is available on Monday.
On Monday. Okay. We're here now. Is there anyone that we could speak to today?
I've already confirmed with my supervisor. We don't have anyone who could speak to it.
Okay. Can you just even say how much came from 310 versus that Margaret Street residence?
I believe getting the illegal drugs off the street is imperative, and I know that the CPS is working hard and diligently to do that.
They're getting busted and then they're letting them back out.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, like it's not right.
We got to continue to do it and be vigilant to continue moving forward to stop this.
An investigation like this, just from being on the police board and understanding how things work, this would have been hours upon hours of investigation work. It wasn't just been an overnight thing and let's go do this. It would have been a pretty good investigation. Mm-hmm. So again, couldn't be happier. I mean, what was it, 392 grams of fentanyl off the street?
This never should have happened from day one. We voiced our opinions. We had no say. We have too many children, too many resources in the area that are not built for this. It's not set up for a homeless area. Unfortunately, they need someplace to stay, but it's not here.
What do you make of the comments that this action and the increased press releases from the police, and especially naming names, which they don't always do, is just part of their larger effort to secure that 20% budget increase?
I don't think that has anything to do with that. They're two separate issues. Naming names is an operational decision done by Chief Vandegraff, and that's up to him if he wants to do that or not. I believe we should, but again, that's just my opinion.
I don't know what they can do about it. I don't know, increase the police force? I have no idea.
Well, the police did put forward a 20% budget increase, $1.6 million.
Right.
Do you think that's sufficient or justified?
Justified, yeah, but sufficient, I don't know. I really don't know.
I should mention in this report that I did reach out to Cobourg Mayor Lucas Cleveland on the topic, and he did decline to comment, saying that he never comments and will not comment on an ongoing active police investigation.
Can't find housing.
Yeah.
You don't get it. No jobs, no nothing. What are we going to do, right?
Well, and it sounds like even if you can't find housing and you don't want to use drugs, this isn't the place to be because there's just a massive bust here.
And they're supposed to be preventing that from here. So, sober living and that I agree with, but why are they allowing it?
Have you noticed any changes the last few months or since this shelter expanded its operations?
Lots of changes, just the dynamic of how everybody treats the area. People avoid the area. People with children don't want to come to the area here, and it's a known issue. But nobody wants to do anything. The mayor wants to act on it, but the county says otherwise. It's too close to the schools. We voiced our opinions, and now they're seeing the results of what's going on here, and hopefully they shut it down completely.
Even myself, I'm reluctant to go out at night because it's getting into a potential incident just unprovoked, just because people are whacked out on whatever they're on.
Yeah.
I see people doing a fentanyl and I'm looking out my window, just. It's sad, really sad.
Do you still have faith in Transition House and their ability to deliver shelter services in light of all of these things that it's a reoccurring theme with their delivery?
Well, again, just my opinion, not of councils or the police or anything. I think the problem that we're actually having is we're not coming up with solutions. With the federal government and the province, they really need to step up with mandatory rehab and mandatory rehab and drug addiction places. Having shelters and warming rooms scattered all over the place isn't a solution, it's a Band-Aid solution. Until we get really hard on drugs and really hard and having all levels of government working together, then we'll be able to do something.
What can be done to hold Transition House more accountable for its delivery of shelter services as these issues kind of just continue to escalate and compound?
Well, holding them accountable is one thing, but action is needed. So if you say, yeah, they're accountable for it, with no action following up, it's going to happen again and again. So until they clean it up from the ground up, nothing's going to change.
Something has to be done soon. I mean, that whole thing last year with the tent city there was... I feel sorry for some of those people. But
until the federal government steps up and really wants to take care of this, it's a North American problem, not just our problem or Cobourg problem. We're just seeing the side effects of everything.
They got to help themselves. They got to realize they got a problem and deal with it. You got to help yourself first for someone to help you, right? So you got to be willing to help yourself. No, if you don't want to help yourself, no one's going to help you, right? So just give up, right? So
yeah,
you got to start with helping yourself, right? So
learn from what happened last night and how do we stop drugs coming in. And I know that's a hard thing to do because, like I said, we're not the only town that's dealing with this everywhere. So again, and call your federal government. Like, please. Take action, because we need them to step up. It's the only way it's going to stop.
After we wrapped up the report downtown, I did send out a few additional media requests seeking further clarification on what happened during this drug bust. I sent media requests to the Cobourg Police Service, to Transition House, and to Northumberland County, notably Warden Brian Ostrander. Warden Ostrander did respond that transitional housing units in this facility are separate from homeless shelter services, with units governed by an occupancy agreement. Every occupant signs a crime-free addendum as part of this agreement. The county awaits further information as this matter moves through the justice system. The county will continue to operate fully with police. Police Chief Van de Graaff did respond and say that he was happy to speak about this, but unfortunately he was not available until Monday at 10:30. And if I would prefer, he can reply in writing. I have reached out to the chief asking to receive that response, and perhaps we can even solidify a sit-down interview. And Transition House's new interim executive director, Christian Harvey, responded clarifying that the County of Northumberland owns 310 Division Street and licenses the first, second, and third floors to Transition House to operate the shelter. The search warrant that was executed at 310 Division Street last week was in a unit on the 4th floor, which are private residents not operated, staffed, or supervised by Transition House. As a result, we have no ability to comment on what happened as we are not involved in what happens on the 4th floor. I think that's a very important clarification to make, especially as local journalist Pete Fisher from Today's Northumberland interviewed MPP David Piccini on the unfolding, and he said he was shocked.
Were you shocked?
Yeah, I really was. It was quite shocking to read that. I had to take a double look.
Everyone that we interviewed on the street that day, they weren't so surprised that this is happening under the noses of Northumberland County and at the location of 310 Division Street. Stay tuned for more updates as they come in. For Rebel News, I'm Tamara Ugolini. To see all of our coverage on this topic and support our work, please head to fixourcities.com. Now, I will note that today we did hire a security guard to help ensure and just watch our backs while we undertake this work. And so if you'd like to support our efforts and our journalism, you can do so at fixourcities.com.